to introduce you to Bill Gajda, the Chief Commercial Officer of the GSM Association. These are the people who bring you the Mobile Congress or GSM, and representing more than 750 mobile operators worldwide. And I would like to thank Carmel Ventures for introducing us, since they were coming also to the event. So Bill, you have the stage.
Thank you, Warren. Again, I want to thank Mobile Monday for inviting us here today. I can tell you I've been to several Mobile Monday chapters around the world and had an opportunity to visit them and speak, and this is the largest and most dynamic I've seen, and I think it speaks volumes of what's happening here in the mobile industry in Israel, and obviously that's why we're here. You probably know that tomorrow we're going to be holding our first virtual mobile innovation tournament. This is part of a global innovation program that's really designed at getting at the problems that you face every day, and that's how do startups, based in a market like Israel or any other market, get access to capital, get access to operators, get your trials in the market, and achieve some kind of scale. That's really the objective of the innovation program. It's based on a global program that we do in Barcelona. We've had local programs in Macau, in Atlanta. This is our first virtual program, and we plan tomorrow to identify a couple of companies that are really leading innovation in this market, and to highlight them through the innovation program globally, and to highlight them in Barcelona in February, an event hopefully you're aware of. So I know you didn't come here to talk to me, you came here to network and meet your colleagues in Israel, so I'm just going to cover very briefly kind of 2 or 3 topics. The first is what we're working on as an association. As he pointed out, we represent 750 mobile operators worldwide, 3.2 million subscribers, growing, I think it's 1,000 a minute in the GSM community, and we are operator-led, and so if I have an operator point of view this evening for a couple minutes, it's because we're operator-led, and I want to apologize for it. So let me tell you a few things we're working on. Hopefully that'll give you a perspective, and then maybe talk about the challenges I think you were facing with the operators, and maybe how we address them together. So there's probably 3 things that we're working on as an association that I think are relevant to any active group that's working in mobile industry today. The first is what we call mobile broadband. Obviously, I think you guys have seen the takeoff of HSPA. 3G is finally here. We can finally talk about convergence without laughing. We really have seen an uptake of mobile broadband around the world. 50+ million subscribers, growing at 4 million a month in HSPA and its variants. More than 170 network rollouts. More than 600 or 700 devices. So we really have achieved economies of scale for mobile broadband, and this really is a focus for the association in 3 or 4 ways. One is to make sure that devices and services and applications that are focused on HSPA and eventually LTE continue to develop within the ecosystem, to encourage operators to announce early that they're moving from HSPA to LTE, which is the next evolution, to demonstrate to the world markets that there's a clear technology evolution. So whether you're a small company or a developer or an established company in this space, you know that there's a technology evolution that you can trust on, and that this very strong GSM ecosystem has a clear and bright future. So that's one focus that we have as an association, and we work with our members to promote that. The second is what we call the mobile internet, and that seems very broad, and it is, but let me give you a few examples of what we mean when we talk about the mobile internet. First is working with the operators to understand how the internet is going to impact the ecosystem and the responsibilities operators have within it. And I'll say right now that we feel as an operator community is if all we accomplish in mobile internet is what we've accomplished in the fixed internet, we think we're going to fail, because we think mobile users have higher expectations than that. Whether it's the quality of the applications, security, privacy, no viruses, no spam, personal nature of the device, it's different. It's not just the internet. And if that's all we accomplish, we think as an industry we're going to fail. So we're focusing on market standards that will define how people should behave with the mobile internet. What are the big opportunities? How do we monetize customer data that the operators have right now, but it basically is letting lie on the floor? So these are some of the things we work on when we talk about mobile internet. So today we're focusing on things like mobile money transfer or mobile finance, key verticals like mobile advertising, but it's all part of a broader plan to really understand how operators need to engage internet players, old and new, to create a mobile internet that is far more vibrant and engaging and profitable than the fixed internet. Right? Because let's be honest, if you're not advertising, you're still not making money on the internet. We think mobile has a unique opportunity to change the business model, and that's one of the things we're focusing on. So that's the second category. The third is connecting the unconnected. I talked about the fact that today we've got about 3.2, 3.3 billion subscribers, growing at 1,000 a day or a million a day or whatever the number is. But there's still, if you go beyond the developed markets, it's not just about communications, it's their computing device, it's the way they access commerce. It really transforms cultures and economies. And so we think that as an ecosystem that's been very successful over the past 20 years, we really now need to focus on how we bring this kind of magic of communications, to the next 2 or 3 billion people that have never made a phone call of any type, have never had a computing experience or multimedia experience, a video experience, a financial transaction, 4 billion people are unbanked. So we think that connecting the unconnected, not just to basic communication services, but to all the things that we take for granted and use other media for, we think that mobile can deliver. So that's another focus for the association. So again, I've just got a couple more minutes because there's a couple guys behind me and we want to drink beer tonight. The message I'll leave you with is, I know as much as anybody that operators are hard. Right? They're hard because they're big and sometimes they seem impenetrable. Right? They're hard because they're focused on their core business, which is still, voice and messaging, and the attraction of these new services isn't clear in terms of the business model or the money that operators are going to make. So I guess 2 messages I'll leave you with. First of all, keep on trying because operators will get it right. And when they do get it right, it's a really big ship that you can hang on to. It takes a long time to turn, but when it does, there's a lot of momentum. It's a huge ecosystem with attributes that you guys can access in developing your services and applications and your products. So keep a little faith in the operator community to get it right eventually. The other thing I'll leave with you, and it's kind of an example I learned when I was talking to Visa the last couple of weeks, and this is my last message. We've been spending some time talking about mobile finance, and I talked to Visa, and they gave me a great analogy that I'll leave with you. They said, we started in the 40s and 50s trying to build a mobile finance ecosystem, this credit facility, and they went to the other banks and they said, listen, let's not fragment this whole thing. Let's all the banks collectively work around creating a financial global ecosystem that we can all kind of trust in. And it includes the same brand, billing, termination accounting, marketing, transactions, etc. And they built basically Visa, which they launched in 1973. So the guys from Visa say to me now, it took us 30 years to build that ecosystem, and you guys have built a really big ecosystem in 20. And then they said we spent the last 30 years learning how to bring non-financial sectors into our ecosystem. So if you look at Visa today, whether it's Coca-Cola or Starbucks or Ford or GM or any big company, Visa and the financial ecosystem is a huge part of their enterprise. This is the challenge for the operator community in the next 10 to 15 years. We've built a huge ecosystem, it's wildly successful, it's given millions of people jobs, it's creating billions of dollars of economic development. Now we've got to connect the verticals and the industries around the world to this ecosystem in a way that makes sense and in a way that everyone can make money. So if you think about what the association is working on really over the next 10 years, it's how we connect a successful ecosystem to companies like yours in a way that makes sense, in a way that makes everyone money. So again, I hope we have a chance to talk to some of you tonight. I've got some colleagues here who hopefully share my views, and we can share those with you. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and I'll turn it back to the next speaker. Thank you very much.